Welcome back to the Eagles Nest in the Payne Athletic Center for this matchup between your Oklahoma Christian Eagles and the Maryville University Saints. The Eagles come into this game after losing on Saturday in buzzer beater fashion 79-77 over the Southwestern Christian University Eagles. The leading scorer that day was Jordan Box. He had 27 points and 6 rebounds in that contest. The Maryville Saints come into this game after winning 106-47 to Lindenwood on December 8th. Their leading scorer in that game was Casey Tesson. He had 25 points in that game. The starting lineups today for the visiting Maryville Saints, starting at guard, a senior from St. Charles, Casey Tesson, a senior from Belleville, Illinois, Eugene Jones, a senior from O'Fallon, Missouri, Chaz Glota, a junior guard from Kansas City, Missouri, Desmond McDaniel, and rounding out the lineup for the Maryville Saints is number 22, a senior from Waukegan, Illinois, Jerome Davis. And now we're going to have the starting lineup for your Oklahoma Christian Eagles. Starting for the Eagles today is a senior from McKinney, Texas, Jordan Box, a senior from Houston, Texas, Roderick Smith, a junior from Mustang, Oklahoma, Aubrey Johnson, a junior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Will Leinard, a junior from Bridgeport, Connecticut, Marcus Blackwell. The head coach for the Eagles is Corey Cole. He's assisted by Kendra Talley. Gary Jones and student assistant coaches Abel Rodriguez and Elijah Strickland. The head coach for the Maryville Saints is Mark Stricker. He's assisted by Nathan Whitehead and Buzzy Crothers. And in this game today, Roderick Smith, as he's just introduced here in the arena for the starting lineup, Roderick Smith enters today's game 7 points from 1,000 points in his career. And if he gets those 7 points in this matchup, he will be the 43rd player in Oklahoma Christian history to have 1,000 points in his career, as Jordan Box did it a couple weeks ago against Southwestern Oklahoma State. That's where the lineups are finishing, being introduced, and we are moments away from the tip here in the Eagles Nest. As the lights will come back on here, jumping the ball for Oklahoma Christian will be Will Leinard, and jumping the ball for the Maryville Saints will be number 5, Eugene Jones. The jump baller will either be Eugene Jones or Jerome Davis. We'll see what Coach Stricker is going to do here, as Coach Cole is riling up his team over on the bench. And jumping will be Will Leinard, and it'll be Jerome Davis, number 22, for the Maryville Saints, as the Eagles are looking for a bounce-back win after losing Saturday in heartbreaking fashion to Southwestern Christian, 79-77. And we have tip-off, as the Maryville Saints will get possession first. Desmond McDaniel's got the ball. He'll pass it over to Glota. Glota passes it to Eugene Jones. They pass it inside to number 13, Clarence Glota, passing around to McDaniel for 3, and that's good. The Saints get on the board first today. They lead 3-0 as Oklahoma Christian will get their first possession. Jordan Box brings the ball up for Oklahoma Christian, as Roderick Smith comes over and sets the screen. He'll give the ball over to Marcus Blackwell. And Jordan Box will get the Eagles started with a 3 in this game. Both teams exchanging three-pointers on for the first possession of the game. As Glota's got it, he'll pass it over to McDaniel. McDaniel back to Glota. Inside to Jerome Davis, who gets the slam. It's now 5-3 Saints early in this game, as Box will bring the ball up here for the Eagles on their second possession. Will Leinhardt comes over for the screen. Ball's over into Aubrey Johnson's hands to Blackwell to Smith. Smith slowly with the ball, going inside to the paint. Roger Smith looks to Will Leinard. Leinard double teamed. And the ball will go out of bounds. It'll be off Leinard. So it'll be Saints basketball with 18:37 in the first half. As McDaniel's going to bring the ball up for the Saints. Ball's going to be passed to Jones. Back to Glota to McDaniel. McDaniel to Glota. Inside to Jerome Davis. Back to Jones. Over to McDaniel for another three-pointer. And Daniels is now 2 of 2 from the three-point line. As the Saints now lead 8-3. As Marcus Blackwell takes a shot and misses it. Leinard gets the rebound. Leinard puts it back up. Misses, rebounded by the Saints. Glota rushing down the floor. Glota for three, and that one is good. The Saints have an early 10-3 lead. As Box brings the ball up for OC. Box has it for the Eagles. Box passes it to Leinard. Out to Aubrey Johnson for three. No good for the Eagles. And it'll be Saints basketball. As McDaniels is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Saints. Daniels for three. No good. Rebound, Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell runs up the floor. Up to Aubrey Johnson, to Box. Box drives in. Out to Aubrey Johnson, to Marcus Blackwell for three. Blackwell's good. Eagles now down 11-6 against the Saints. As McDaniel will bring the ball up for the Saints. Glota has it to Tessone. Tessone for two. Good. Saints now lead 13-6 as Jordan Box will bring the ball up. And Chaz Glota will have the ball now for the Saints. Ball's down the hands of Casey Tessone, who drives in. The shot's blocked by Will Leinard. It'll remain Saints basketball. And Jordan Gary and Robin Thompson are going to check in for the Saints. As Brian Carey is going to check in here for the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. As well as York Benjamin is going to check in for the first time tonight. A shot by Tessone, and that does not go good. Brian Carey will bring the ball up for the Eagles. Jordan Box has it for three. No good for Jordan Box. As Kate Gary has it for the Saints. Gary will drive in. Out to Glota for three, and that one is good for Glota. As the Saints have hit a lot of shots so far from the three-point line, Coach Cole is going to use a timeout here. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will step away. It'll actually be a full timeout. So we will step away and be right back at 15:47 left in the first half. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where the Maryville Saints lead 16-6 over your Oklahoma Christian Eagles. The Saints have started this game shooting hot, 4 for 4 from the three-point line and 6 of 9 overall from the field. That's enough for 66.7%. The Eagles have not started off shooting well as they're only 2 of 7 from field goal range, 28.6%. 2 of 4 from the three-point line at 50% as Brian Carey has the ball for the Eagles. Roderick Smith has it for the Eagles, and we're going to have a foul called here. And the foul's going to be called on Robin Thompson. That'll be his first foul, the first team foul for the Saints, as Brian Carey is going to throw in the ball here for the Eagles. And the ball's going to be thrown into Roderick Smith for 3. No good from Roderick Smith as York Benjamin's going to fall to the floor. Chaz Glota is going to bring the ball up for the Saints. Now the ball's in the hands of Eugene Jones to Jordan Gary. Gary has it. He passes it over to Tesson. Tesson has it. Passes it to Jones. They pass it inside to Robin Thompson, who misses a layup. Ball's now in the hands of Roderick Smith. On the Eagles' offensive end of the floor now. Jordan Box has it to Brian Carey for 3. No good. Rebound by York Benjamin, who puts it back up, and that's good. York Benjamin gets his first points of the day. Eagles now down by 8 at 16-8. As the Saints are on the offensive end of the floor, Tesson has it. Out to the corner. To Eugene Jones, who gets a three-pointer to fall. The Saints now lead 19-8 as Brian Carey is going to bring the ball up for the Eagles. Brian Carey to Roderick Smith, Jordan Box. Back to Roderick Smith, who's going to drive in. And over to York Benjamin, who gets the shot to fall. Eagles now down by 9. As Jordan Gary brings the ball up for the Saints, over to Casey Tesson. To Gary. Inside to Robin Davis, who's going to be fouled. And the foul is going to be called on Jordan Box. It'll be his first personal. The Eagles' first team foul. As Thompson will go to the line. Thompson is a 65% free throw shooter as he misses his first free throw attempt. As we're going to have Will Leinard, Aubrey Johnson, and Braden Eggleston check in for the Eagles. And Jerome Davis is going to check back into the game for Robin Thompson. As Thompson makes his second free throw, it's a 10-point game. As Braden Eggleston will throw the ball into Aubrey Johnson. Johnson has it to Jordan Box. Box to Leinard. Back to Box. Back to Johnson. Johnson has it to Braden Eggleston. Over to Jordan Box. Over to Aubrey Johnson. Inside to Will Leinard. Over to Marcus Blackwell. And Marcus Blackwell gets the layup. It's now 20-12. Maryville Saints. As Gary has it for the Saints. He'll shoot a 3. No good. Aubrey Johnson for the rebound. Johnson rushing up the floor. Johnson over to Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell back to Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good. That's number 13. Chaz Glota gets the rebound for the Maryville Saints. Glota brings up the ball. He passes over to Eugene Jones. Jones over to Gary. Back to Gary. And they have a shot by Chaz Glota, 3 that doesn't fall. Jordan Box brings it up for the Eagles. Jordan Box over to Aubrey Johnson, over to Braden Eggleston. Braden Eggleston inside. It misses a layup. Will Leinard gets the rebound. Out to Jordan Box. Jordan Box for 2. He misses. That'll be out of bounds. It'll be Maryville Saints ball. As Jordan Oliver's going to check in. Desmond McDaniel's going to check in, as well as Casey Tesson for the Maryville Saints. That'll be Saints ball. Desmond McDaniel's going to bring out the ball for the Saints. Desmond has it over to Bobby Harvey. Over to Tassan. Tassan driving in. He shoots the ball, and that one falls for Tassan. That'll be his 4th point of the night. The Saints lead now 22-12. As Aubrey Johnson brings the ball up for the Eagles. As Johnson will pass over to Blackwell, to Leinard. And Leinard will go in for a shot, and he'll miss that shot. Ball rebounded by Jerome Davis. Davis passes it over to Tassan. Over to Desmond McDaniel. McDaniel trying to call the play. McDaniel driving in. Passes the ball out to Jordan Oliver over to Tassan. Tassan for 2. That one's no good. Will Leinard with the rebound. As he passes it to Jordan Box, he'll bring the ball up for the Eagles. Jordan Box shoots a shot, misses it. And that ball is going to be off of the Saints, so it will be Eagle basketball, and we're going to have our next media timeout of the first half. We'll be right back with 11:29 remaining in the first quarter. Eagles down 22-12 over the Maryville Saints. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest after our media timeout at the 11:29 mark of the first half. The Maryville Saints lead the Oklahoma Christian Eagles 22-12 currently. The Saints are shooting 53.3% from the field, and the Eagles are shooting 29.4%. As Brian Carey is going to throw in the ball here for the Eagles. Ball will be thrown into Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell has it at the top of the key. Back to Carey. Carey will look to find Roderick Smith. Back to Marcus Blackwell to Brian Carey. To Will Leinard at the top. Will Leinard to drive in, pass over to Marcus Blackwell for 3, no good. And the rebound will be grabbed by Desmond McDaniel, and he'll bring the ball up for the Saints here. Ball will then be passed to Eugene Jones, back to McDaniel. And there'll be a foul called here as Desmond McDaniel had the ball. That foul is going to be called on Brian Carey. That'll be his first foul of the game. It'll be the second team foul for Oklahoma Christian of the half. And it'll be Saints ball on the side, closest to the Eagles bench. Desmond McDaniel's going to throw the ball in to Chaz Glota. McDaniels has it now from Glota. Now the ball's in the hands of Eugene Jones at the top. Over to Chaz Glota for 3, and that is good. The Maryville Saints now lead 25-12. The Saints are now 85.7% from the three-point line. They've only missed 1 out of 6. They're 6 of 7 from 3. As Carey has the ball, he passes it to Jordan Box, over to Roderick Smith. And Roderick Smith gets that to fall. Roderick Smith now at 2 points. He now needs 5 more points for 1,000 in his career. As the Saints are on offense, Eugene Jones has it. He passes it over to Tassone. He makes another three-pointer. It's now 28-12 Maryville Saints, and it's raining threes from the Maryville Saints as they are now 7 for 8 from the three-point line. as Brian Carey shoots a shot and doesn't hit. Roderick Smith gets the rebound and is fouled. He has a chance at 2 more points from the charity strike. The foul was called on Robin Thompson. That was his second foul of the game. The second team foul for the Saints. As Roderick Smith is going to shoot his first free throw of the night, and he misses the first free throw. We're going to have a substitution here for the Saints, as Jerome Davis is going to check back in for Robin Thompson. Roderick Smith about to take his second free throw of the game. And he misses his second free throw. He goes 0 for 2 that trip at the line. As the Saints will have possession. Jerome Davis has it. He passes it to Desmond McDaniel. McDaniel passes it to Chaz Glota. Glota drives in. Has the ball almost stolen away. Then that ball goes out of bounds off of Glota. So it'll be Eagle basketball with 9 minutes and 12 seconds left as Aubrey Johnson is going to check in for Roderick Smith. And we're going to have Jordan Gary check in and Bobby Harvey check in for the Maryville Saints. Quite a bit of substitutions here in the first half for both teams. Brian Carey will bring the ball up for the Eagles. Will Leinard will get it. Leinard will now bounce the ball to Carey, back to Leinard. And Leinard will shoot a layup and miss, but he's fouled on the play, so he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. As Linhard makes his first free throw, he is a 52% free throw shooter on the season. That's his first point of the night. The foul was called on the Maryville Saints. Jordan Gary, that was his first personal, the third team foul for the Saints at the half. As the Saints take possession, Casey Tasson has it. He passes it over to number 13, Chaz Glota, who misses a shot, and the Eagles take possession as Marcus Blackwell drives in and gets a basket and a foul, so he has an and-one opportunity here as the Eagles are trying to get back into this game down 28-15. And that foul was called on Eugene Jones. That was his first personal. It'll be the 4th team foul for the Saints. Blackwell so far this season is a 79% free throw shooter. And Blackwell gets his and one free throw to fall. It's now a 28-18 game. Saints still in the lead as Jordan Gary has it. He passes over to Eugene Jones. Now the ball's in the hands of Jerome Davis, who loses it, but Jordan Gary gets it back, and there's going to be a foul called. And the foul will be called on Jordan Box. It'll be his second personal foul. 3rd team foul for the Eagles this half. And the Saints are going to get the ball out of bounds on the opposite side of the court where we're sitting here. As Jordan Gary had it, passed it into Glota. Glota passed it back to Gary. Gary will now show that he wants to drive. Then he'll pass the ball inside to Davis, who falls on the floor but misses a shot, and there was no foul called. Brian Carey has it for the Eagles. He drives in, passes it to Leinard, to Box, to Aubrey Johnson, out to Marcus Blackwell, out to Brian Carey, who wants to reset. And Brian Carey's shot is blocked by Jordan Gary, but he gets the ball back. Carey shoots with 3 seconds on the clock. Shot clock reset. That shot clock did not reset, so we will have a shot clock violation on the Eagles. So it will be Maryville Saints ball. And we're going to have a media timeout here with 7:39 remaining in the first half. Maryville Saints lead over the Eagles 28-18. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where we are in the first half of this game between the Maryville Saints and your Oklahoma Christian Eagles. There is 7:39 left on the clock for the first half. The Eagles are down 28-18. And it'll be Maryville Saints basketball after the Eagles committed a turnover just before the media timeout. And out of the media timeout, Travis Glover is going to check in for Jordan Box. As Jones has it, he passes it over to Tesson. Tesson drives in, and that shot is blocked by Will Leinard. A great block right there by Leinard. And Roderick Smith is going to check back in to the game for the Eagles for Brian Carey. Roderick Smith is only 5 points away from 1,000 in his career. And then the ball is stolen by Aubrey Johnson, and he'll drive in and he'll miss the shot. Will Leinard fighting for the rebound, but Marcus Blackwell gets the rebound. The ball then goes to Roderick Smith, driving in, back to Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell gets a layup to fall. Eagles are now down by 8 at 28-20 with 7 minutes remaining in the first half as Jordan Gary brings the ball up for the Saints. Ball's passed over to Gloda. Gloda passes to Tesson, back to Gloda. Back to Tesson, over to Gloda, over to Eugene Jones. Back to Eugene Jones. Jones shoots and doesn't get that shot to fall. Will Leinard gets the rebound. Aubrey Johnson's going to bring it up for the Eagles. Aubrey Johnson over to Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell drives in, shoots, misses. Roderick Smith grabs the rebound. But we're going to have a foul, and it will not be a shooting foul. So the Eagles will get possession on their own baseline. Foul's going to be called on Eugene Jones. It's his second personal. Team's 5th. And York Benjamin is going to check back into the game for Will Leinard. And Desmond McDaniel and Jordan Oliver are going to check in for Jordan Gary and Eugene Jones for the Saints as Marcus Blackwell has it. Over to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson passes it over to Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell driving in. Out to Glover. Over to Johnson. Inside to York Benjamin. York Benjamin goes up. Gets a shot to fall. York Benjamin with his 6th point on the night. Eagles now down 28-22 with 5:57 remaining in the first half. As Desmond McDaniel has it. Over to Gloda. Back to McDaniel. Back to Gloda. Inside to Jerome Davis, who tries to go in for a dunk, but is fouled. So he will go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul's going to go on Roderick Smith. It'll be his first personal foul, the 4th team foul for Oklahoma Christian of this half. And Jerome Davis will step to the line. This will be Davis's first attempt at free throws of this game as he makes his first free throw. Davis is a 64% free throw shooter. He's now 19 of 29 on the season. As Davis is about to shoot his second free throw, he gets that one to fall. It'll be a 30-22 lead from the Maryville Saints with 5:44 left. Aubrey Johnson has it for the Eagles. York Benjamin comes and sets the screen, but we're going to have an offensive foul called. And it's going to be on York Benjamin. It'll be his first personal. And the ball will go back to the Maryville Saints. Ball's now in the hands of Desmond McDaniel, who brings up the ball for the Saints. Over to Casey Tesson, over to Gloda, over to, they pass it around, over to Desmond McDaniel, over to Tesson. Tesson looking inside to Davis, over to Chaz Gloda, who gets the, excuse me, it was to Jordan Oliver, who gets the shot to fall, and an and one. That foul is going to be on York Benjamin. It's going to be his second foul as Will Leinard and Jordan Box are going to check in for York Benjamin and Travis Glover. And this will be Oliver's first attempt at free throws tonight as he gets that one to fall. Oliver now is a 45% free throw shooter on the season as Aubrey Johnson brings the ball up the floor for the Eagles. Over to Roderick Smith, to Jordan Box, to Will Leinard. Will Leinard looking for somebody open. The ball is stolen by the Saints. And Chaz Gloda drives in, misses a shot, rebounded by Jordan Box. Jordan Box rushes up the floor, driving in, and gets fouled and makes the basket and gets a foul. So he'll go to the line and shoot one as that basket will count. And the score will be Maryville Saints 33, the Oklahoma Christian Eagles 24. And this will be Jordan Box's first attempt at the line tonight. So far on the season, Jordan Box is an 86% free throw shooter, 25 of 29. As DJ Walter is going to check in for the first time tonight for Marcus Blackwell. So Jordan Box in the N1 free throw gets that one to fall. Jordan Box now up to 6 points. And the Oklahoma Christian Eagle defense is going to put pressure on the Saints. As Tasson will get trapped. Ball will go into the hands of Desmond McDaniel, who breaks the press. Back to Tasson. Over to McDaniel, back to Tasson. Over to Jordan Oliver, back to Tasson. Inside. Ball's in on the floor. Recovered by the Saints of Chaz Gloda, and we're going to get a foul. And the foul's going to be on Aubrey Johnson. That'll be his first personal. 7th team foul for the Eagles. So the Saints are going to be in the 1-and-1 with 4:21 remaining. As Gloda steps to the line, this will be his first attempt at the line so far tonight. He gets his first one to fall. Gloda so far on the season is an 84% free throw shooter. As Gloda about to take his second free throw, he's up to 10 points. Makes this one here, he'll be up to 11. And he misses his second free throw. The lead will remain Maryville Saints 34, Oklahoma Christian Eagles 25. As Jordan Box brings the ball up for the Eagles. Gives the ball to Will Leinard at the top of the key. Leinard over to DJ Walter, to Jordan Box. Box inside. Doesn't get the shot to fall. Rebounded by Jordan Oliver. Chaz Gloda bringing up the ball, pretty fast paced. And then there's going to be a foul on the other end. And the foul, and going to the line is going to be Jerome Davis. The foul is going to be on Roderick Smith. It's going to be his second personal foul. And we're going to have our final media timeout of the first half with the Maryville Saints leading 34-25 with 3:52 left on the clock in the first half. We'll be right back with the remainder of the half. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University, where the Maryville Saints lead 34-25 with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left. As Jerome Davis goes to the line after being fouled by Roderick Smith just before the timeout. And Davis gets his first free throw to fall on this attempt. It'll be 35-25, Saints lead. Davis makes his second free throw attempt. Davis is now 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight, as Jordan Box is going to bring the ball up for the Eagles. Will Leinert has it over to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson to Blackwell, back to Johnson for 3. No good from Aubrey Johnson, as he shot that from the last day in NCAA on the court. As Tesson has it for the Saints, he'll drive in and he'll shoot a shot, and he'll get that one to fall. He's now up to 9 points. It'll be a 38-25 lead by the Maryville Saints. Jordan Box has it. He'll pass it over to Roderick Smith. Roderick Smith pass to Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell will pass it to Will Leinert. Back to Blackwell. Over to Roderick Smith. Back to Aubrey Johnson. And that ball's going to be stolen by Casey Tasson. And number 15, Jordan Oliver, was left wide open, but the shot was blocked by Will Leinert. Great block by Will Leinert. And the ball will remain with the Maryville Saints, as York Benjamin and Brian Carey are going to check back in for the Eagles, and Roderick Smith and Aubrey Johnson are going to go to the bench. As Tasson has it, he'll pass it over to Desmond McDaniel. McDaniel has it over to Jerome Davis, who shoots a layup but gets fouled, and the shot did not fall. That foul is going to be on York Benjamin. It's going to be his third. So Braden Eggleston is going to check in for him after the first free throw here from Jerome Davis. Jerome Davis has been perfect from the line so far in this game. As he makes his first free throw on this attempt, Braden Eggleston checks in for York Benjamin. That's now a 39-25 Maryville Saints lead. As Davis' second free throw is on the way, and that one is good. It'll be a 40-25 point lead for the Maryville Saints. As Brian Carey will bring the ball up the floor for the Eagles. Leinert sets a screen. He looks to Jordan Box for 3. No good from Jordan Box. Marcus Blackwell with the rebound. Out to Braden Eggleston. Back to Marcus Blackwell. Over to Brian Carey. Carey drives in and is going to get fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot. It'll be a 1-and-1 because that was the 7th team foul for the Maryville Saints. The foul was called on Jordan Oliver. That was his second personal, as Brian Carey steps to the line for the Eagles. So far this season, Brian Carey is a 68% free throw shooter, 11 of 16 from the line. As Carey's first free throw is up, and it's good. As that'll be Carey's first point of the game. Eugene Jones checks in for Jordan Oliver for the Saints, as Carey's second free throw is up, and it is good as well. Eagles now down 40-27 with 2:15 left in the first half. Desmond McDaniel bringing the ball up for the Saints. Ball now in the hands of Eugene Jones. Jones has it, looking for an open man. Passes out to Casey Tesson, who's going to reset the offense. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Tesson has it. He'll shoot a 3, and that is good from Casey Tesson. The Maryville Saints now lead 43-27 as Brian Carey brings the ball up for the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. As Marcus Blackwell has it, looking for a screen. Braden Eggleston has it now for the Eagles. He's looking to shoot. He gets that shot to fall. Eagles now down 43-29. And Coach Mark Stricker of the Maryville Saints is going to call a timeout here. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nest, where the Maryville Saints lead over the Oklahoma Christian Eagles 43-29. This is the largest lead that the Maryville Saints have had so far in the game, up by 16. As Glota is going to shoot a three and miss. Brian Carey's bringing out the ball now for the Eagles. Jordan Box has it. Box looking for an open man, finds Eggleston, over to Carey. Coach Cole telling his offense, setting up a play. As Carey's going to have it at the top of the key for the Eagles. He'll pass over to Will Leinard, back to Brian Carey, but a bad pass from Will Leinard. It'll be a turnover for the Eagles, as the clock is at 55.0 seconds left of the first half. Eugene Jones is going to throw in the ball to Desmond McDaniel for Maryville. And the ball's now in Tasson's hand, over to Eugene Jones. And the ball is almost stolen by Braden Eggleston, but gotten back by Eugene Jones. Then the ball goes out of bounds off of Marcus Blockwell. So it will be Maryville Saints basketball, as we're now down to 39.5 seconds left in the first half. And Aubrey Johnson's going to check back in for Jordan Box, as well as Connor Johnson is going to check in for the first time tonight for Brian Carey. As the official is trying to figure out something here with the scoreboard here. They might be adding time back on the clock here, as the clock now is showing 41.7, although they may be adjusting the shot clock, as it was at 8 seconds. Now they have adjusted the shot clock to 17 seconds, so that was the holdup of why we weren't resuming action. And the ball's going to be thrown in. The ball's now in the hands of Eugene Jones for the Saints. Down to 36 seconds on the clock, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Casey Tasson has it, 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Jones has it now, and Jerome Davis hits the shot clock buzzer beater here, so the Saints now lead 45-29. The shot clock is turned off for the Eagles. 17 seconds left in the first half. Aubrey Johnson has it. Eagles most likely to hold it for the last shot. Aubrey Johnson's going to drive and go in for the shot, but he'll miss the shot, so Aubrey Johnson will go to the line to shoot two with 5.1 seconds remaining on the clock for the half. Foul's going to be called on Jerome Davis. That's going to be Davis's first, the 8th team foul for the Saints of this half. This will be Aubrey Johnson's first trip to the line tonight. So far this season, Aubrey Johnson's an 84% free throw shooter, as his first shot's up and good, as the Eagles are now down 45-30. And Aubrey Johnson will take his second free throw here, and that one is good from Johnson. And the Eagles are going to put the press on. Tasson has it, and he's going to drive all the way in, and he's going to get the buzzer beater to fall for the Maryville Saints. They're going to count the shot, and the Saints will now lead 47-31 as we will go to halftime here from the Eagles Nest. We'll be right back shortly with some first half stats. welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where it is halftime in the men's game between the Maryville Saints and your Oklahoma Christian Eagles. The Maryville Saints are winning at halftime 47-31. They have their largest lead at 16 points. The Maryville Saints came out shooting great from the three-point line in this game. They finished the first half shooting 80% from the three-point line and 51.7% from overall shooting, 15 of 29. They were 8 of 10 from the three-point line, 9 of 11 from free throw, 81.8%. Maryville's already got 3 players that have scored in the double digits so far. Their leading scorer tonight is Casey Tasson. He has 14 points and 1 assist in 19 minutes. And then the next leading scorers are Chaz Gloda and Jerome Davis. Gloda has 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal in 18 minutes. And Jerome Davis has 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist in 16 minutes. For the Oklahoma Christian Eagles, they finished the half shooting 34.4%, 11 of 32. And they didn't shoot very well from the three-point line, as they were only 2 of 9, 22.2%. And from the free throw line, they finished shooting 7 of 10, 70%. The leading scorer so far for the Eagles is Marcus Blackwell. He has 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in 19 minutes. Then the next leading scorer for Oklahoma Christian is Jordan Box. He finished the half with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in 16 minutes. Oklahoma Christian is winning in the rebound department at 22. And Maryville has 16 rebounds. Although Oklahoma Christian has committed way more turnovers than the Saints, Oklahoma Christian's committed 6 turnovers, as Maryville's only committed 2. So Coach Cole is probably not very happy about the committing 6 turnovers. As we are about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left from the second half, the Maryville Saints lead Oklahoma Christian by a score of 47-31. We'll be back shortly with the start of the second half here on Eagle Sports Network. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University, where we are about 25 seconds away from the start of the second half, where the Maryville Saints are beating your Oklahoma Christian Eagles by a score of 47-31. Eagles are down by 16 right now, but if they can come out in the second half and go on a big run or something, they could get back into this game. As for the Eagles, starting out in the start of the second half is going to be the starting five with Jordan Box, Roderick Smith, Aubrey Johnson, Will Leinert, and Marcus Blackwell. And it looks like during halftime, Will Leinert had to change jerseys. He is now wearing the number 5 jersey and not the number 25 jersey, and Jordan Box is now wearing number 3 instead of number 1. So if you're watching the broadcast on our TV end, just make sure to note that Jordan Box is number 3 and Will Leinert is number 5. As the Eagles get possession here first in the second half, Jordan Box has it. He passes it over to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson for a shot, and Johnson is good. Good start for the Eagles to get a shot to fall in their first possession. They're now only down 47-33 now. As they're passing around the ball here for the Saints, Tesson has it. Trying to dribble inside. He's going to pass it out, and he's going to pass it out to Eugene Jones, who is going to get a backcourt violation. So it'll be Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball. Roderick Smith is going to throw it into Jordan Box from out of bounds. As the Eagles are shooting to the basket on my right, and the Saints are shooting to the basket on the left, as Roderick Smith has it for 3, and good. Roderick Smith for 3 points. He now has 5 points on the night, and if he can get 2 more points, he will be at 1,000 points in his career. That's number 14. Desmond McDaniel has it, passed it to Jerome Davis, who missed a jump shot. Scores still Maryville Saints 47-36. Roderick Smith for 3 again, and he misses that one. And the ball will remain with the Oklahoma Christian Eagles here, as Jordan Gary is going to check in for the Saints for Desmond McDaniel. Marcus Blackwell is going to throw in the ball. He threw it into Johnson. Johnson back to Blackwell. Blackwell up for a layup. He missed it, but got his own rebound. And he had a shot, but he missed it. But he was fouled, so he will go to the line to shoot 2 here. Foul was called on Jordan Gary, his second foul of the game. It'll be the first team foul of the half for the Saints. As Blackwell will go to the line. Blackwell so far tonight is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. As he misses his first free throw on this attempt here, the score remains Saints 47, Eagles 36. As Robin Thompson checks in for Jerome Davis. Blackwell for his second free throw attempt, and that is good. Eagles now have cut the deficit to 10 at 47-37. As Jordan Gary brings the ball up the floor for the Saints, trying to get it to Tesson, but he's heavily blocked by Blackwell. Gary still has it, looking for Tesson. He finds Eugene Jones. Jones has it, looks inside to Robin Thompson. And Thompson gets the shot to fall. Will Leinert has it, trying to drive in. That ball is then poked away, but Will Leinert gets fouled. Leinert is fouled by Robin Thompson. It'll be his 3rd personal foul. It'll not be a shooting foul. It'll remain Oklahoma Christian basketball as Aubrey Johnson will get it. And then there'll be a turnover as Aubrey Johnson was trying to find Marcus Blackwell, but it wasn't a very good pass, so it will be Maryville Saints basketball with 17:56 remaining in the second half. As the ball is going to be thrown in to Jordan Gary, and he'll bring the ball up the floor for the Saints. Gary has it, heavily guarded by Jordan Box. Then the ball was passed to Eugene Jones, but there's going to be a foul called on Roderick Smith. It'll be Roderick Smith's third personal foul of the game. It'll be the first personal foul of the half. Team foul for the Eagles. As the ball's going to be thrown in to Eugene Jones. Back to Jordan Gary. Back to Eugene Jones. To Robin Thompson. Robin Thompson finds Jones. And there's going to be a turnover here for the Maryville Saints. The ball will go back to the Eagles. There'll be a foul called on Eugene Jones. It'll be his third. The third team foul for the Maryville Saints of the half, as Roderick Smith is going to throw in the ball to Jordan Box from the opposite sideline. Box has it. Blackwell has it now. Blackwell finds Jordan Box again. Box for three. And it didn't get the lucky bounce in on that one. The Saints will take over. As Tassan has it, almost stolen away by Blackwell. As Gary has it after the head coach and the referee was blocking my vantage point of the ball. Gary's drives in, and the shot's blocked by Will Leinard. Aubrey Johnson with the rebound. Eagles now on offense. Johnson has it at the top of the key. Aubrey Johnson for three, and it just missed. Aubrey Johnson for a three-pointer there. As on the opposite end, Chaz Glota is going to take a three, and he'll miss that. Jordan Box is going to rush up the floor with it. Jordan Box down the paint, and Jordan Box good. That's 8 points now for Jordan Box. It's now a 10-point game again. Eagles down by 10, 49-39, with 16:13 left. Jordan Gary bring the ball up for the Saints. Tassan has it, passes it over to Glota. Glota has it at the top of the key. Tries to pass it over to Tassan, but it was a bad pass. But the ball will remain with the Saints as it was last touched by Leinard. Braden Eggleston is going to check in for Roderick Smith here. As Jordan Gary is going to throw in the ball for the Saints. And he throws it into Eugene Jones, who gives Gary the ball right back. Gary tries to set up the offense for the Saints. Jordan Gary was heavily guarded by Leinard. He finds Robin Thompson, who goes in with the slam dunk. It's now a 51-39 lead for the Maryville Saints, as Jordan Box will bring the ball up for the Eagles. Now Blackwell has it. Looks back to Jordan Box, to Braden Eggleston, to Aubrey Johnson. Will Leinard trying to call for it down low. Will Leinard gets the layup to fall. It's now at 51-41, the score, as Jordan Gary has it for the Saints. He'll get that ball stolen away by Braden Eggleston. Jordan Box now has it. Jordan Box tries to set up the offense. Jordan Box just shoots, and he misses it, but Will Leinard grabs the rebound, goes back up with it, and misses that, but Jordan Box grabs the rebound. Jordan Box puts it back up, and there's Jordan Box gets 2 more points on the night. He now has 10. And we're going to have a media timeout. Now the Maryville Saints lead the Eagles 51-43 with 14:51. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where the Maryville Saints are taking on your Oklahoma Christian Eagles. With 14:51 left on the clock in the second half, it'll be Saints basketball. As number 22, Jerome Davis, is going to throw in the ball here to Jordan Gary. Out of the timeout, Jerome Davis checked in, as well as Jordan Oliver and Bobby Harvey for the Saints, as Casey Tasson, Eugene Jones went out for them. As Gary has it, passes it over to Bobby Harvey, who then, it'll be a backcourt violation, so a turnover for the Saints. It'll be Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball on the side, as Braden Eggleston is going to throw in the ball to Box. Eagles trying to cut away at this deficit, down 51-43. Jordan Box looking for an open man. Box has it, gets it over to Blackwell, over to Aubrey Johnson. Will Leinhardt's calling for it, but he's not going to get it. Marcus Blackwell gets it. Aubrey Johnson has it. Will Leinhardt still looking for it. Blackwell drives in, gets the ball to Braden Eggleston, who gets a shot to fall. It's now 51-45, Maryville Saints. As ball's in the hands of Harvey. Harvey passes it over to Glota, gets it back. As the shot is missed by the Saints, it'll be Eagle basketball again. As Box has it over Johnson to Box. Box thought about shooting a three, but backed up. Ball to Blackwell, to Will Leinard, back to Blackwell, to Box, to Will Leinhard, back to Jordan Box. Jordan Box drives in and gets fouled. And the shot is not going to count, as it was not an active shooting foul, so it'll be Eagle basketball. They'll have 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Substitutions for the Saints. Desmond McDaniel checks back in, as well as Eugene Jones for Jordan Oliver and Jordan Gary. Aubrey Johnson for three, and he gets it to fall. Aubrey Johnson. The Eagles are now only down by three. That was Aubrey Johnson's 7th point of the night. Eagles slowly chipping away at trying to come back in this game. As Eugene Jones has it, passes it to Glota. Glota drives in, and he misses a shot. Leinard gets the rebound. The ball's poked out of bounds by Jerome Davis. It'll be Oklahoma Christian basketball, only down by three with 13:07 in the second half. As Casey Tasson is going to check back in for Bobby Harvey. Braden Eggleston is going to throw the ball into Aubrey Johnson to bring it up the floor. Eagles storming back after being down by 16 at the start of the second half. Aubrey Johnson has it. Trying to set something up for the Eagles. Aubrey Johnson for three again. No good from Aubrey Johnson. Casey Tasson has it for the Saints. And there's going to be a foul called here on Marcus Blackwell. It'll be Blackwell's first personal, team's second of the half. It'll be Maryville Saints basketball as the ball's thrown into Chaz Glota. Glota passes it to Eugene Jones. Jones gets it over to Desmond McDaniel. McDaniel, there's a shot. He doesn't get that one to fall. Jordan Box gets the rebound for the Eagles.
Get there, roll.
Jordan Box for three. Oh, just in and out. And it'll remain Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball. 12 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in this game. Braden Eggleston's going to throw the ball in for the Eagles. Looking for an open man. He finds Aubrey Johnson. Johnson trying to find Eggleston. Eggleston drives in. And Eggleston gets the shot to fall. Eagles are only down by one now at 51-50. Braden Eggleston now up to 6 points on the night. Eagle defense is yelling defense. Desmond McDaniel has it. Passes over to Tasson. Tasson back to McDaniel. Back to Tasson. Tasson tries to drive in. He passes it out to Eugene Jones. And we're going to have an offensive foul as Marcus Blackwell takes the charge. So it'll be Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball after this media timeout. Oklahoma Christian Eagles down by 1 at 51-50 with 11:41. Stay tuned for this exciting finish that we've got in this game left. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where your Oklahoma Christian Eagles have trailed back, down by 16. They're only losing by 1 right now at 51-50. Just a reminder, Eagle Sports Network is a student-produced broadcast by the students of Oklahoma Christian University. Many thanks to the students of the communications department that have stayed around as we are on Christmas break to help with this broadcast. As we're getting ready to resume play after the media timeout here, it'll be Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball after the charge. Braden Eggleston's going to throw the ball in here to Jordan Box. Jordan Box will bring up the ball up the floor here for the Eagles. Braden Eggleston has it now. Over to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good. As Desmond McDaniel got the rebound and brought the ball up for them. McDaniel's got the ball here for the Saints. McDaniel's over to Eugene Jones. Back to McDaniel's. Over to Tessone. Back to Jones. Over to McDaniel. Down in the paint to Robin Thompson. Guarded heavily by Will Leinard. And we're going to have a foul called here on Will Leinard. And Coach Cole is not in agreement with that call. As it'll be Leinard's first personal foul of the game. It'll be the 3rd team foul for the Eagles of this half. It'll remain Maryville Saints basketball here. As the ball will be thrown in to Jones, over to Tessone. Now the ball over to McDaniels. Back to Jones, over to McDaniels. 3-pointer by Eugene Jones, and that's no good. Will Leinard with the rebound. The Eagles have a chance to take the lead here if they can get a shot to fall. Box has it. Box to Leinard, back to Box. Box inside. Missed a basket. Rebound to Eugene Jones of Maryville. Over to Casey Tasson. And we're going to get a foul here on Marcus Blackwell. It'll be the 4th team foul for the Eagles of the half. It'll be Blackwell's 2nd personal foul of the game. As Roderick Smith is going to check back in for the Eagles, as well as Brian Carey. Braden Eggleston will go to the bench, as well as Jordan Box. Now, one thing to note here on Roderick Smith. Roderick Smith's got 5 points. If he can get 2 more, he will be at 1,000 for his career, so be watching for that here as he is back in the game. We're going to get another foul here on Will Leinard for pushing. That'll be Will Leinard's 2nd foul, 5th team foul for the Eagles of the half. It'll remain Maryville Saints ball with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Desmond McDaniel's going to throw it in. Tasson has it to Thompson. Thompson driving in. Out to McDaniel, who missed the basket. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson taking it up. Roderick Smith looking for the ball. Out to Brian Carey. Roderick Smith's not open. Out to Marcus Blackwell. Over to Aubrey Johnson. Out to Roderick Smith. Smith driving. And Smith misses the shot. Will Leinhardt with the rebound. He puts it back up, and there it is. Oklahoma Christian's got the lead, 52-51. And President John DeSteiger, the president of Oklahoma Christian, is up on his feet in the nest. As on the other end of the floor, Desmond McDaniel puts Maryville back up to a 1-point lead at 53-52. Brian Carey's going to bring up the ball here for the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. Brian Carey looking for an open man on offense. Passes it over to Marcus Blackwell. Screen set by Roderick Smith. Looks to Smith. And there it is, Roderick Smith with 1,000 points in his college career. Congratulations to Roderick Smith for hitting 1,000 points in his career as the Eagles take a 1-point lead at 54-53 as Desmond McDaniel has the ball. He passes it to Robin Thompson, who's going to be fouled again by Will Leinhardt. Leinhardt picks up 3 quick fouls here in the second half, as Robin Thompson is going to go to the free throw line for the Saints. Thompson so far tonight is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And he makes his first free throw. York Benjamin's going to check in with Will Leinhardt, having 3 fouls. And Jordan Gary's going to check back into the game for Desmond McDaniel. Thompson makes both free throws. The Maryville Saints are up by 1 at 55-54 with 8:55 remaining. Brian Carey's going to bring the ball up for the Eagles. Marcus Blackwell has it now. Out to Aubrey Johnson. Back to Blackwell. Out to Johnson. Back to Marcus Blackwell. Over to Brian Carey. Out to Aubrey Johnson. Over to Brian Carey. Brian Carey drives in and gets the bucket. Oklahoma Christian now back up to a 1-point lead as they lead 56-55. Eugene Jones has it, passed it over to Glota. And we're going to get a foul on the rebound. Foul's going to be called on Marcus Blackwell. It'll be Blackwell's third personal foul, but that will be the Eagles' 7th team foul. So the Maryville Saints are going to be in the bonus and shooting 1-1 now. As Jerome Davis steps to the line, he's so far perfect tonight, 6 for 6 from the line. And he makes his first free throw. He'll get to shoot another one. He's now up to 11 points. Back to a tied game here. As Jordan Box is going to check back in for Marcus Blackwell. And Davis makes his second free throw. Maryville's going to get back up to a 1-point lead at 57-56. Brian Carey will bring the ball up here for the Eagles. Carey has it. Looking for an open man. Trying to find York Benjamin. York Benjamin has it down low. And York misses the shot, but Roderick Smith gets the rebound and he misses. It'll go back to Maryville. Casey Tasson has it. Trying to drive in, and he drives in and gets blocked by Roderick Smith. And then Jordan Box has it for the Eagles, charging down the floor. Jordan Box misses the layup. Ball goes back to Maryville as Jerome Davis was left wide open. The ball goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Maryville Saints. And we have reached another media timeout here in the second half. There's 7:29 left on the clock in the second half. Maryville Saints lead by 1, 57-56. So we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where the Maryville Saints lead by a score of 57-56. We would like to congratulate Roderick Smith one more time on getting 1,000 career points in his college career. As you see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, Roderick Smith 1,000 career points, as the Eagles are going to try and play defense here to limit Maryville. As Casey Tasson has it. Tasson with the shot. He misses the shot, but the rebound by Maryville. Tasson has it again. Out to Glota. Glota for three. No good. Aubrey Johnson with the rebound. Johnson gets it to Brian Carey. Carey brings it up the floor. Seven minutes left in this contest. Carey passes it over to Johnson. Back to Carey. Down low to Roderick Smith. Smith for the shot. He missed. Glota with the rebound for Maryville. Oklahoma Christian's bench pleading for some defense here. As Gary has it, passes it out to Oliver. Glota has it. Out to Tasson. Tasson with the shot. And the shot's missed. Will Leinard with the rebound. Oklahoma Christian trying to get the lead back in this one as Brian Carey brings it up the floor to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson has it. He passes it over to Roderick Smith. Roderick Smith driving. And Will Leinard with the putback. The Eagles now lead by one at 58-57 with 6 minutes left. As Maryville has it, Jordan Gary with the ball for Maryville. Jordan Gary the shot, and that one is good for Jordan Gary. Back and forth effort here by both teams as Maryville leads again 59-58. That was Jordan Gary's first points of the night as Brian Gary has it for the Eagles on the other end. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Aubrey Johnson for three. No good. As Casey Tasson is going to bring the ball up for Maryville. Tasson has it, driving in. Looks to, back to Tasson. He looked for, pass came from Oliver. Tasson back up at the top of the key. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Tasson driving, shooting, and no good. Rebound by Will Leinard. Out to Brian Carey. Carey rushing up the floor. Brian Carey down the floor. And good from Brian Carey. Eagles now lead by one again at 60-59. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left. As Jordan Gary has it for Maryville. Over to Chaz Glota. Glota over to Gary. Gary driving. Gary, they're passing around here from Maryville. Glota has it. Out to Oliver, out to Glota with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And we're going to have a shot clock violation here on the Maryville Saints. Good defense on that possession by the Oklahoma Christian Eagles as we're going to get some substitutions here. Braden Eggleston's going to check back in for the Eagles, as well as Brian Carey, as Roderick Smith is going to go to the bench, as well as Aubrey Johnson. Braden Eggleston throws the ball in here to Brian Carey. Carey has it. Over to Blackwell. Back to Brian Carey. Over to Blackwell. Back to Brian Carey again. Back to Marcus Blackwell. Over to Brian Carey. Brian Carey driving to Will Leinard, and he gets the shot to fall. Eagles now lead by 3 at 62-59 with 4 minutes exactly left in this game. Now to the last timeout, we had Jordan Gary check in for Jerome Davis. As Davis has it, over to Jordan Gary, over to Glota for three, no good. Will Leinard with the rebound, he gives the ball over to Jordan Box. Brian Carey wants it to bring it up the floor. Down to 3:38 left in the game. Eagles lead by 3. They could extend their lead here. Brian Carey has it. Brian Carey driving, and the ball's going to go out of bounds off of Maryville. So it'll be Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball after this media timeout. The Oklahoma Christian Eagles lead 62-59 and there's 3:28 left on the clock as they just announced Roderick Smith hitting 1,000 career points in his college career, and the crowd has cheered for him. We'll be right back with the exciting finish in this game after this. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where your Oklahoma Christian Eagles lead 62-59 over the Maryville Saints. At the beginning of the second half, the Eagles were down by 16, and they have stormed back, and now in the lead by 3 as Roderick Smith is going to throw in the ball to Jordan Box. The ball will be tipped out of bounds by Chaz Glota. The ball will remain with the Eagles. They'll be throwing it in from the side. Jordan Box is going to throw it in here for the Eagles to Brian Carey. There's 13 seconds left on the shot clock, as Carey is going to need to get the shot off here. Carey for 3. No good, as it'll remain Oklahoma Christian Eagle basketball, as the basketball was last touched by the Saints. Eagles are going to get a fresh 30-second shot clock, 3:15 left in the game. Roderick Smith is going to throw in the ball to Brian Carey. Carey's going to slow it down a little, let some clock run. Carey has it. Carey's going to pass it to Leinard. Leinard over to Jordan Box. Jordan Box trying to drive, and Jordan Box is going to get fouled on the drive. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 for the Eagles. The foul was called on Chaz Glota. That was his first foul. It was the 6th team foul for the Maryville Saints, so if they get one more foul, both teams will be in the bonus for the rest of this contest. As Box's first free throw is up, and it gets the lucky bounce and is good. Jordan Box is now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He's now up to 11 points on the game. And Jordan Box's second shot is up and good. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line from that attempt. 3 for 3 overall, up to 12 points. Chaz Glota has it. Over to Tassan, over to Eugene Jones driving. Passes it out to Desmond McDaniel. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. McDaniel going to drive, and he gets the shot to fall, as the Eagles' lead is now 64-61. And Coach Mark Stricker of Maryville is going to call a 30-second timeout, and we're going to stay here at 2:23 left in this game. We've seen a great game tonight. The Eagles were down 16 at the beginning of the second half, and they have stormed back and have a 3-point lead currently. The leading scorer so far for the Oklahoma Christian Eagles is Jordan Box. He has 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on the game in 31 minutes of play. The leading scorer for Maryville is number 3, Casey Tassan. He has 14 points, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers. The turnovers are almost even. Maryville has 8 turnovers, and the Eagles have 7. So far shooting for the game, Maryville is shooting 40% from the field, 20 for 50, 8 for 15 from the three-point line at 53.3%. For the Eagles, they're shooting 25 for 64 at 39.1%, and they are 4 of 19 from the three-point line, 21.1%. But the Eagles have gotten their three-pointers to count, and they've counted big in this game as we're at a three-point margin here at 64-61. From the free throw line, both teams have shot fairly well from free throw line, as the Maryville Saints are 13 for 15, enough for 86.7%. The Eagles are 10 for 14, enough for 71.4%. As we're going to resume play, where for the Eagles lead 64-61, 2:23 on the clock. And Marcus Blackwell is going to call a timeout here as Maryville looked like they were going to press, so Coach Cole wanted to talk that over, and probably a good idea by Coach Cole to talk it over since this is a three-point game. For Maryville, they have 4 players that have scored in double digits tonight. Tasson has 14, Gloda has 10, McDaniel has 10, Davis has 12. For the Eagles, there's 2 players in double digits so far. Marcus Blackwell has 11, and like I said on our last timeout, Jordan Box has 12. As Coach Cole has talked it over with his team about how to handle this Maryville Saints press. So the Saints are going to put a press on, and Jordan Box is going to throw the ball in for the Oklahoma Christian Eagles here as he throws it into Blackwell. And the Eagles are going to need to get across the timeline before 10 seconds, and they did in the hands of Brian Carey. Down to 2:10 left in the game. Carey has it. Going to the top of the key. He's going to probably take some time off the clock. Over to Blackwell. Back to Carey. Over to Jordan Box. Jordan Box for the shot. And that one is good. Jordan Box gets the lucky bounce. The Eagles now lead 66-61 with 1:50 left. Jordan Box up to 14 points on the night. As Tasson has it, passed it over to Glota, who gets the three-pointer to fall. It's now a 2-point game. Eagles lead 66-64, and the press paid off for the Maryville Saints as they're going to get some free throws here as Eugene Jones is fouled. So Eugene Jones will go to the line for 2 here. And the foul is called on Roderick Smith. That is his 4th personal foul. This will be the first free throws attempted by Jones so far this season. Jones is a 63% free throw shooter as his first free throw is up and good. Aubrey Johnson is going to check into this game. Now for Brian Carey. Jones about to take his 2nd free throw attempt. And that shot is good. We are at a tie game at 66-66 with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. The Maryville Saints are going to put the pressure on. Marcus Blackwell has it now. The Eagles need to beat the 10-second to get across the timeline. Aubrey Johnson has it. They don't get a 10-second call. Aubrey Johnson has it. Marcus Blackwell has it. Back to Johnson. 1:15 on the clock. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson has it. Johnson driving. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Jordan Box has it. Eagles need to get a shot off. Box for the shot. And Jordan Box, he gets a pointer to fall. Oklahoma Christian leads by 3 with less than a minute remaining, 69-66. Jordan Box up to 17 points on the night. And Casey Tasson drives, and he's going to get fouled. And he's fouled by Marcus Blackwell. Blackwell's now up to 4 fouls, and the Saints will now be shooting 1-1. As that was the 9th team foul for the Eagles. The Saints have 6 team fouls currently, so if they get one more, the Eagles will be in 1-1. As Tasson knocks down his first free throw, he's now 1 for 1 for the game. Overall in the season, he's 30 of 35. As Tasson's about to do his 2nd free throw. That one is good. It's now a 1-point game again, where the Eagles lead 69-68 with 51.6 seconds left as Bobby Harvey and Jordan Gary check in for Desmond McDaniel and Casey Tasson. as the Saints are going to put pressure on. Marcus Blackwell's going to try and get the ball in. And Aubrey Johnson is open right by where I'm sitting. He gets it into box. Johnson is open. If they get it to Aubrey Johnson, they can beat the 10-second call. And they'll get it to Roderick Smith, and he steps out of bounds. So it will be Maryville Saints basketball with 41.1 seconds left. They're down by 1 at 69-68. And Coach Cole is going to use one of his timeouts here. It'll be a 30-second timeout, and we're going to stay here with 41.1 seconds left. The Eagles lead 69-68. Jordan Box has been great tonight for the Eagles. I cannot iterate that too much. Jordan Box has 17 points. He's 6 for 16 shooting from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point line, and 3 for 3 from the free throw line, as well as Jordan Box has 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And also Will Weinert has done great from rebounding tonight. He has 16 rebounds. He's been a beast down in the paint for the Eagles. He also has 5 blocks. As the Saints are going to get the ball here after Coach Cole used one of his timeouts. There'll be 41.1 seconds left. The Saints have 2 timeouts remaining, and the Eagles have 1 timeout left for the last 41.1 seconds left. As Desmond McDaniel has it for the Saints, he'll pass it to Gloda. Gloda passes it over to Tassan. Tassan has it. Tassan's driving. Tassan shoots, and it doesn't fall. Ball goes into the hands of Roderick Smith. 25 seconds left. Jordan Box has it, gets it across the timeline to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson is going to be fouled by Casey Tassan. It's going to be Casey Tassan's second foul, and it's going to put the Eagles in the bonus. The Eagles will be shooting 1-1 as Aubrey Johnson will go to the line. He's knocked down both of his free throws so far tonight. And it would be big if he knocked down both of them on this attempt, because it would put it to a 3-point game.
Box out, roll. Go.
As Aubrey Johnson's going to get the ball here for his first free throw. And he's going to get his first free throw to fall. It is a 2-point game. Eagles lead 70-68 over the Saints. Johnson's now up to 8 points on the night. If he can get this one to fall, it'll be a 3-point game. Johnson with his second free throw attempt. And that is no good. It is a 2-point game, 70-68, 18 seconds left in this game. As Maryville has it, shot clock turned off. Tassan has it. Tassan shoots. And we have a tie ball game here with 10 seconds remaining. Eagle basketball. Jordan Box has it at the top. Box shoots. And no good. As Aubrey Johnson has it, he needs to put it up. And it's good! The Eagles win the game! Aubrey Johnson with the game-winning shot. 72-70. And the referees are going to come over to the monitor to make sure that they have won the game. And the referees are going to look at the last shot here on the monitor. As we're looking at the shot, there's 3.5 seconds left here. Aubrey Johnson gets it, and he got it. He got it off in time, the referees say. So the Oklahoma Christian Eagles are going to win this game against the Maryville Saints, 72-70. We'll be right back with the post game. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Brandon Kuhn standing by with the game-winning basket shooter, Aubrey Johnson. Aubrey Johnson finished the night shooting 10 points tonight and 5 rebounds and 1 steal and 2 assists. Now, Aubrey, what was going through your head in that last possession?
Oh, just to go ahead and make it. I get the rebound for sure. I saw it go off JB's off his wrist and said that one ain't going in. I was hoping it was going in, but I saw it short, had to get a rebound, put that back up there. Just thank the Lord that went in there.
So you guys had a frustrating loss on Saturday. This was a good bounce back after that game. So you got this is your first buzzer-beating shot in your Oklahoma Christian career. How does that feel?
Feels great. Feels great to get it here in front of my family, too. It's a big win for us, so it feels amazing to go ahead and get that last bucket opportunity.
So you guys have 2 more non-conference games. You play against Midwestern State on Wednesday at Midwestern State, and then you play back here in the Nest on December 29th against Eastern New Mexico, and then conference play starts for real. So
yes, sir.
What kind of expectations do you think you want to get accomplished in these last 2 non-conference games?
To come out and be better. We came out to this game making sure that we emphasize on character, emphasize on our toughness, make sure that we just play D. We had to play D for sure, and that's what we just got to bring on to our next 2 games, and then going into conference, like you said, for real, it's got to process to our brain that defense is the only thing that's going to get us winning. So.
Well, Aubrey, thank you. Congratulations, and go celebrate the win with your team. We'll be right back with Coach Cole.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Brandon Kuhn standing by with the winning coach, Coach Cole, after the Eagles win 72-70 on an Aubrey Johnson buzzer beater. Now, Coach, what did that game feel like to you?
Oh, man, just the emotions of a college basketball game against 2 well-coached teams, guys getting after each other for 40 minutes, and just us making the last play. Just showed the guys resiliency that they've had just the last dozen days, and we've been on a 4-game skid, and my guys haven't quit, haven't stopped believing, haven't stopped trusting, and this game showed that. So a lot of emotions came through for all the guys at the end of that. As that shot went down, it was just about 32 days of work right there in that little layup.
Yeah, and you guys had a very tough loss on Saturday here in the Nest, so you guys did bounce back after that disappointing loss that happened on Saturday here.
Absolutely, and we told our guys that's where you show your character. Tough loss, a game that we thought we were going to, win until the bittersweet end, and our character would show today with this well-coached Maryville team and a sparse but loud, energetic crowd today, and it was just about us and competing and doing our thing, and our guys did that. It was really good to see. So proud of those guys. So many guys stepped up, even guys that didn't play, because that was definitely a team, a program win.
So Roderick Smith hits 1,000 points in all of his college career today with 7 points in the game, and he is the oldest player on your team, and he's played for 4 different universities. So what does Rod bring to the team?
First off, I love Rod to death. His heart, I mean, he epitomizes what it is to be an OC Eagle, men's basketball player, the way he's just stuck to everything and keeps fighting, never complaining, and to see him get his 1,000th point at home and knowing what this young man has gone through just to be here and to show up for us today at the age of 25 and give us all the guts and sweat. I mean, he makes you just want to run through a wall for him as well.
Now you have 2 more non-conference games against Midwestern State on Wednesday down in Wichita Falls, and then you play back here against Eastern New Mexico December 29th, and then conference play really starts when we start the second semester with 2 straight road games at Fort Smith and at St. Edwards. What's kind of your goals for the last 2 non-conference games and going into the thick of conference play?
Just take these next 2 games, take Midwestern, and just try to get better. Try to get better. You got to be able to win away from home, so you got to go play 40 minutes, and that's going to be a tough environment with a well-coached, talented team. So we're going to try to get better on Wednesday there, and then we'll get back here after break, get a run off that food, 1 day of practice, and play a well-coached team that beat us here last year, and then get ready for conference play. We're in the Heartland. I mean, it's pretty wide open on any given night. You got to be ready to play, and we got to be able to compete on any surface, just playing home and away to be competitive in the Heartland. So just trying to tell the guys we got to be just as good on the road as we are at home. We've got 2 games to show that.
Well, thank you, Coach Cole, and congratulations on the win. Once again, the Eagles beat Maryville Saints 72-70 on a buzzer beater layup by Aubrey Johnson. We'll be back here on the broadcast on December 29th when the Oklahoma Christian Eagles take on Eastern New Mexico. If you'd like to keep up with their game this Wednesday at Midwestern State, you can keep up with that on OCEagles.com. For Brandon Coons, I hope that you have a good night and a Merry Christmas, and as always, go Eagles. Good job.